In conversation with Jacob Khawe. This is a podcast.
Good day to members of the ANC, to the voters of the ANC in Gauteng, to communities. I am Jacob Khawe, the Provincial Secretary of the ANC in the province, and you are in conversation with me post the ANC Lekgotla, which placed at the core the need to defeat COVID and reconstruct our economy for the betterment of our people. I'm having this conversation with you with the intention to find a way of getting community inputs in the programs and the resolutions that we have taken. COVID has affected our economy. COVID has destroyed township economy. And the ANC response together with government in our province, it has been that we should build an economy, and this economy must be inclusive, it must grow, but at the core it must involve communities, and hence a concept that perhaps we may all want to think about of community economic development. The Lekgotla, among other things, also placed the need to fight another pandemic, which is the attack on children and women, and the gender-based violence against those who we at times discriminate because of their personal choices. It is within this context that if we work together and build an economy that works in the township, we will be able to deal with issues such as crime, issues such as underdevelopment, and issues generally of a community that deals with the ills of society, be it abuse of alcohol and so on. And therefore this conversation, I intend to achieve a dialogue with ANC members, but also a dialogue with communities and community leaders into ensuring that we come together and find solutions. It is, in my view as a provincial secretary of the ANC, that working together, we can grow this province and make it better. Again, the Lekgotla did, as we identified the Mfuleni and Mirafong to be prioritized by government, and that the levels of unemployment and poverty in these areas and in our province are an area of concern. We think that there should be programs by government to bring on board those who are already in small business sector, those who own taverns, various shops, spazas, and those who are in the retail industry selling clothes, those who are in the tourism industry and so on. That we've got to make sure that we work with them to resolve their challenges. There are those who believe that we have always had township economy. We have always had communities participating in the economy, but we have not dealt with the challenges of the township economy, which among others relates to bookkeeping experiences, financial planning, budgeting, insurances, access to loans, access to credit, ability to build asset-based registers, and so on. So we think that the Lekgotla is correct to promote the township economy and integrate it. And we are impressed by the provincial government plan, among others, to connect our township business people on the automotive industry. The production of tires can be done in Soweto. A lot of transport-related business can interact with townships. Davidton, Vosloorus, Soshanguve, Sebokeng can emerge within that automotive industrial space. And this would bring a lot of difference and change in our communities. We're calling our communities themselves to work together, to build partnership rather than competing amongst each other. This would help in coordination and money circulation in our communities and in our townships. So the ANC is inviting all those who are in the business sector to come together into forums and sessions and meetings where we could, perhaps as organized communities, have a direct relationship with our government in the province, the government led by the ANC. We continue to commit ourselves from the commitments made in the elections manifesto in 2019, the election manifesto of 2016 for local government, and make sure that all what we had said we'll do should be done by our government. We have instructed the government led by the ANC in the province to work with the officials of the state, because at times we tend not to understand where could be these problems and what are these challenges. But the perception in our communities remains that we have elected the ANC government and therefore we don't want an excuse. However, at times bureaucracy, government rules, government officials can delay the implementation of the ANC manifesto. We are committed that as we build this economy with our people, we should resolve the issues of corruption. Corruption remains a challenge and a problem. The Lekgotla has instructed the provincial government to make sure that it does lifestyle audit with the officials of the state. This by no means a suggestion that people are corrupt, but it is another mechanism to assess as to whether indeed people are living within their means. There are those in government which we have observed who live far beyond their salaries. And it could be that they have genuine businesses and other incomes. But we've got to assess that and see whether there are no people who just benefit with the resources of the state meant to serve the people and then ended up saving ourselves. The ANC in this province this year has also made a commitment to deal with the weaknesses and challenges as it relates to accountability of the state, making sure that we get quality and good reports on financial spending, maintain procurement policies, but also, particularly for the small business people, we've got to maintain the 30 days payment. When small businesses are not paid on time, it has a big impact on their businesses. We urge government and government officials in our province to make sure that people are paid on time for the job they have done, but also we assess and pay people for the job done. We don't want in our province an embarrassment of paying people to build a stadium when there isn't a stadium. We want proper quality assurance measures, make sure that what we commit to do, we really do in our province. We are calling the youth because we believe that without the youth, the future is not bright. We join all voices that condemn violent protest and condemns attack on those who are exercising their constitutional right to peacefully protest and picket. We condemn the killing of innocent people and the shooting of students when we should be engaging in boardrooms and discussing ways to invest in education. Investing in education is equal to the reconstruction of our economy. Investing on the youth, it's quite important because it suggests that the government of the day understands very well what Oliver Tambo would have said some years ago, that the nation that doesn't nurture and build its youth doesn't deserve its future. We've got to protect our future by building opportunities for young people as we build and reconstruct the economy. I will be hosting other episodes as we in conversation about the Lekgotla resolutions and other issues of national interest. I'm Jacob Khawe, the Provincial Secretary of the ANC, and you are in conversation with me. See you next time.